call a prison misty. Spice girl with the CIA edge. Dirty work on Twitter. Prison mistake. She'll cut you. Call out the lies. Demand the receipts. Prison mistake. Protect the queen. No bullshit survives. Receipts or goodbye.
Hello. Hello. Good, good evening, I guess. Friday night. I always think about you guys on Friday night. You're sitting here watching me. Hi, Spicy Misty. Hi.
Hey guys, what's up? I'm waving. I'm literally waving.
I check in with
Anyway.
the mods sometimes and I'm like, "Hey, I'm just checking in to see if you're going to be, available tonight." Every Friday, I think about you. Like, don't you guys like go do something fun? Go to the movies? Go to a bar?
Ew. Oh. No, thank you. You want me to leave my house? Are you kidding? Yeah.
You just want to stay home?
Unless, yeah, unless I'm going to the river or, hiking or whatever. Dude, I want nothing to do with, any people. Just, ugh. I mean, I love to be around people. And like I'm the type of person who talks to absolutely everyone around me, to everyone I know's dismay.
Right.
Um, but unless, like I said, unless I'm going to the river or out in the woods or whatever, I would much rather be home.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I'm such a homebody, such a homebody. I hate like going to a store and buying something or going to the grocery store. I think we're spoiled.
Okay, now I love going to the grocery store. Is anybody else
Do
like
you?
me? Oh my God, I will spend, no joke, I will spend like 6 hours in Walmart. I just don't care. Like you have to, seriously, there's a process, right? When you first walk in, the first thing you do is you got to go to the clearance aisle. You got to make damn sure you see everything that's there. And then after that, you gotta check out the garden center, see what's happening over there. And then go through the store, and then you hit the groceries last, because everything, you don't want anything to get warm.
Yeah. Yeah. That doesn't sound like a good time to me anymore. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I tried the
Yeah.
gardening thing, they all died. There's never anything in Clarence that I need. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so I'm like a hoarder.
You're
If it's on sale and I know that at some point I'm going to use that, I'm
right.
going to buy it.
You're gonna buy it.
And right. And I'm the type of person who buys everything that you need for the winter in the summer because everything is on sale. Like, especially on
Oh,
Amazon.
yeah,
Like if you use space heaters in the winter, if
right?
we are dead in the in the middle of summer, you're going to be able to find space heaters for, I'm not kidding, $5.
No
Space
way.
heaters. Yes, truly, truly, truly.
Like
Check it out.
the little plastic ones?
No, these are big, really good ones. Like
Really?
$100 space heaters. I am not kidding. Amazon is where but you got to do everything, off season, right? So everything for the summer, you got to hit in the winter, especially Christmas stuff. Oh my God, you guys, Christmas stuff in the summer, they're,
Yeah,
especially in the beginning of the summer, they just really want to get rid of it and they want to get it out of the warehouse. So they'll like give it away. It's just amazing. Oh, and another thing about Amazon, don't like be afraid of the Amazon warehouse.
yep,
Everybody thinks that's where all the used stuff, dude. Those are usually boxes that are just dented and don't look pretty or whatever.
right.
Yeah, I'm a hoarder. I'm obsessed with clearance. I have a closet full of clearance stuff. Okay, not a closet, it's a warehouse now. But if I need something, and something breaks, like I have 10 fans, I can go get one.
That's so funny. I every winter, so obviously in Texas we don't get like a legit winter, but we do get maybe 3 to 4 weeks of cold. And I refuse to turn my heater on unless absolutely necessary. And there's times when, like, you know how your heat like rises, so all the heat goes to my top floor, and then I'm left down here in my office to freeze. And I always
Yeah.
and I'm always home by myself, so I definitely don't want to turn the heater on. And then I'm the only one home, so I always think about getting like one of those little heater thingies to like plug in, but I never do it. I don't know why.
Yeah, dude, get a space heater today, or, whenever you can, but this is the time. This is absolutely, I'll find it and I'll send you the link.
There you go.
I'm a
I'll buy it.
total expert.
$100, I'll buy it. Yeah. I love it. Love it. Love it. Yeah, I forget. Spicy Misty does a little bit of I don't know what you call it, but she's got her own like business going on where she hustles and she does like I don't know, what do you call it? Like videos or I don't even know. I don't want to give too much information because,
Yeah, I'm not going to go there.
we don't want yeah,
The last
yeah.
thing I need is for that,
Yeah, but she's an expert when it comes to like sales.
A
So
lot of
if
it's
you're
a lot of it's privatized. A lot of it's not online anyway, so
yeah, yeah.
it's
So
not anything
anyways,
that, I'd have to worry about online, but it's also not
yep,
something that I am actually willing to share.
I
I'm a
understand.
gatekeeper, a total gatekeeper.
Yep. We got to keep you protected for sure. All
Yeah.
right. Well, thank you for being here for part two. I just wanted to say hello to everyone in the chat. I see,
Hello, what's up, family?
yes, so many familiar faces. Thank you. Always coming back. It means a lot. Thank you. Um, so today was the wrap up of guest producing on Jess Machado's show, and it I think it went great. I had a blast. I had fun. I learned lots of things, and got to work with Maggie pretty much the majority of the week, which her and I had never, like streamed together. We were both in Jess's class, and so that's always exciting to be able to work with someone who sort of learned, from Jess next to each other, even though we were all on Zoom.
Right, but you kind of already kind of knew, everybody.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know what's crazy about that class is that everybody, I think, when you're on Zoom, you can put your name on your, nameplate on Zoom. And I stopped because I didn't know, should I put my real name or should I put Moons? Should I put my handle? And I don't even remember what I chose, but I went into that Zoom, and of course, you get there, and there's all these squares, right, with all these beautiful women,
Yeah.
and uh, they all look very different. And I don't even remember, but I just remember thinking, wow, like I don't know who any of these people are, but I probably did know who they were, right? And
Right.
so now when people say to me, when we were in the class, blah, 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 I was like, oh, you were in that class too? And then I have to put
Right.
like a name and a handle, and it's like a whole thing, right?
Yeah.
I think I had put my real picture out like on Twitter, and so people sort of knew, what I looked like, but I didn't know what any of these people looked like. Very few, very few. I think I knew Heather. But yeah, oh, Cheech, of course. We knew Cheech, and Jess, but yeah, it was weird. It was like first day of school feeling.
Yeah.
Um,
I have a hard time. I have a hard time keeping, all the names together. If I'm like not interacting with you all the time, like Casey Lars, I interact with her all the time. So like I know her handle, I know her, her face, her picture. And so, but if I'm not interacting with you all the time, I'm going to forget all that because my brain just doesn't work like that.
yeah,
It's my short term memory is shot.
yeah,
So if
yep.
I don't have a notebook in front of me, I got nothing for you. I don't know what to tell you. It's nothing
Yeah.
personal at all.
Yeah. So Ms. Holmes is in the chat. She was in the class. I couldn't tell you, what she looked like. I know Dirty Water Diva was in the class. She's in the chat. Maggie was in the chat. Spicy Misty was, I'm sorry, in the class. Um, who else? Who else? I can't think of anyone else, but
Yeah,
um,
don't ask me.
it'll come to me. It'll come to me. It's slowly being pieced together. Uh, so yeah.
Yeah, like you fuckers got me out here trying to figure out who the hell KMS is. I still don't even know if I got Randy's name right. Did I like is that Randy? Is Randy the one on JFK? Is he's the one
Yeah.
that's like the main one? Okay. All right.
Yes.
Cuz I went to bed last night and I'm like, dude, did I get that right? Like I I don't want to offend the dude and I'm like gosh, anyway.
Right. Yep.
So,
Yes.
yeah,
His
like
name is
if I
Randall, I believe. Randall.
No, 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 no.
No? No?
No, 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 no. He likes
Oh,
he was going over a Turtle Boy stream, and he must have said "sir" probably 1,000 times during that video, and he had me cracking up. And he's like, "Sir." Every time Turtle Boy called him Randall, he's like, "Sir, it's Randy, Randy, sir." And he
got
had
it.
me cracking up. I'm completely obsessed now. I think, yeah,
Randall. Okay. Randy. Got it.
it's Randy.
Got it. All right. So yeah, so we wrapped up the week. It was great. I believe Jess is back. If she's not, she's probably on an airplane. Um, yeah, and I think she already knows, what's going on in court on Monday. So it's back to business as far as Clancy trial, and then Sunday she will go live as sort of a surprise, I guess. I don't really know what she has planned. So uh,
Surprise. Well,
yeah, we
that surprise is blown, but we needed that. We had to have a couple of hours of Jessica before she's driving to court. Like you
yeah,
can't
yeah,
you can't go away for 5 days and then, come back and give us 20 minutes. No, 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 no. You gotta come back and you gotta give us, you gotta come
right.
back to us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, she gave us the green light to tease it this morning and to schedule it. So we went ahead and did that. But I don't know in terms of content what she's going to cover. I'm assuming it's not Clancy. I'm sure she'll tell us about her vacation and just sort of maybe catch up. Now, that's where KP came in. So she wanted Kate Peter to come on and sort of give her perspective of what happened during the week. That is what she wanted. So
Oh, is that what
I
it
don't
was? Okay.
I don't know if she's gonna get someone else's perspective or figure it out on her own. I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know.
I don't know. It seemed to be one big gotcha moment. I don't know. Since I've been going live, I've been trying to stay kind of off Twitter or X or whatever. And even off YouTube because I don't need any more. I don't need any more right now because I'm focused on what we have so far. I've been sent, I've got 1,000 messages. I've been sent all kinds of stuff. And, I appreciate all of, the help offered and the folks who all sent me kind messages. I really appreciated that. And like I said, I'm spicy and I could only be spicy without the entire family. And, you guys I can be the voice because I'm not scared to be the voice and to be the asshole at all. And so, I just wanted to say that, I saw all of you. I opened up a few of them and I love all of you. We're one big ass family, man. And like I said, again, without all of you, I couldn't be spicy. So here we go.
Yep. Yeah. I agree. When you've got 2 shows to produce, you don't have a lot of time to go onto Twitter. And so I miss a lot. I do get notifications for my DMs. And so I am getting a lot of DMs, just constant people sharing things like, I don't know if Jess needs to see this or not. Here it is type, messages.
Yes.
These are loyal bunnies. These are people that I recognize their name. They've
Yes.
been
Yes.
in the chat for months. They are watching. Like they have their eyes everywhere. I don't know how
They
they do it.
do.
I don't
They
know how
do,
they do
man.
it.
They
So
do.
there are things that I did not realize were said or I didn't realize had happened, and I'm just forwarding those on to the
Yeah.
team.
Yeah.
Here
We're
you
just
go.
putting them in a
For your
file for
voice.
right now. I
Yeah.
mean, I got the impression, uh, that, the peace offering was sort of, uh, I don't know, the response was a big fuck you. And I'm like, well, all right. Where's my matches? Where's the matches? Where's the matches? Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
fuck. I was trying to be,
Yeah.
I was, I was,
There's really no tea. It's words that are being said on
yeah.
stream that are
Yeah.
clearly against terms of service that
Hmm.
if Jess could prove tangible loss could end up in a defamation case. I mean, it's just blatant admission again and again and again.
Yeah. Yeah.
I need it.
I know.
I need it.
It makes me nuts because I know she's not going to do that.
Right.
And I'm like, will you please just call like 5, just like get a team? Will you? And she's like, cause I'm over here like, let's, let's blow these fuckers up, man. Let's do it. I got it here. Look, I got it all. And she's
Here's
like,
my notes.
Yes, Missy, I know. No lawyers, no lawyers. That's the word she keeps
Yeah,
saying over and over. No lawyers,
I
no
know.
lawyers.
I
And I'm
know.
like, all right,
Yep. Yep.
all right,
And that's all we
fine.
can do is say, okay, Jess, okay.
Okay,
We
yeah,
support you no matter what.
no
We're still
matter
going to
what.
keep our notes.
We're still gonna keep that damn file. I got a whole bunch of files.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
At
So,
one point, at one point you feel like, it seems to me like some of the things that I just quickly glanced at today were so harsh that I feel like Jessica is going to be, uh, pushed off a precipice. And I mean, right now they're pushing her And I think this week, I don't know, maybe it might have, once she sees everything that, you know, she might just be kicked off it. And, like I said, I got my matches ready and, we'll see.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll
We'll
see.
see.
We'll see. Yeah, that's all we can do at the moment. So today, last co-host day of the week, we had J7 and Menners. You'll have to let me know what you thought. I thought it went great. She stayed within my long list of boundaries and rules. There was one moment there where I thought she was going to go over the boundary, but they reined it back in.
A little rogue.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun. I think they had a good time. But fucking Menners with his criticisms. He was so
Yeah,
mean to me.
he really
He was
was.
so mean.
Oh, I'm going to tell you that this first introduction to the infamous Menners, he really had me cracking up at a lot. Him and J7, I think J7 has chemistry with damn near everybody, I think. But, her with Menners was just so funny to me. And I was cracking up the whole time. And so I think it was a good first introduction to the bunnies, to an introduction from Menners to the bunnies. And, I think it was good. Besides the fact that he was kind of a dick to you, but I think he reined that back in.
Yeah. So we're going to watch some of these criticisms from Menners.
Still going. You cannot keep Machado down, except
No.
Turtle Boy just needed to sit back and let Moonsy take over this channel for a week, and bang. That's one way to sabotage his channel. I think Jess Machado lost 30 subscribers in the last 25 minutes.
Well, we'll get him back.
I think she lost more than a subscriber a minute during that first 20 minutes. I mean, Moonsy, stop taking sedatives before you go on air.
It's
I mean,
a fun
I get
challenge.
Maggie, I think is like,
I'm a fucking chill girl. Like, I'm just chill, Menners. And it's early.
She's just a baby.
It's 6:30 in the morning for me, 4:30 for Maggie. It's early. Yeah, the morning is the hardest for me. Like I need my coffee, I need a couple of hours, I need my ADHD medication. The morning time was hard. I will give Menners that. But J7 kind of takes our back here.
long way away. Maybe it's in the middle of the night for her. I'll give her a pass. But Moonsy, I've seen you on J7 show. Take your sedatives take your meds after you do any broadcasts.
We love you,
guys.
Moonsy and Maggie. We love you.
You're doing a great job, Moonsy. I know you are. And I only said that so you don't boot me off.
Yeah.
Now, everyone, you guys, be nice.
Yeah, my finger was on the remove.
Yeah.
I was about to click at any minute.
Menners, she's coming to us from down under.
Yeah, but it's Friday night here, so I'm in a good mood. It's actually 10 p.m., so perfect time to come on, liven things up. I mean, Jesus Christ, Moonsy, wake up all week. Tried to sit through yesterday's show. Jesus Christ.
Well, they have to talk about. Do you know about the Lindsay Clancy case?
But you can say it. Don't say it in a monotone and like they were so flat the whole time. Like anyway,
Listen,
whatever.
The material. There's not a lot to work with on that material. The woman killed her 3 kids. What can
I can actually see why Kane is suggesting Freddie Lynn should be Moonsy's co-host, because you would have 2 people with this droll monotone talking at each other. It would be riveting stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. We are probably 2 of the most reasonable people in both of these communities combined.
Yeah. Is that what it is? Is that what Freddie Lynn is?
I don't know.
Freddie Lynn, he's because I notice when you and I talk on the phone, I'm the one who brings the crazy out of you a little bit.
Don't give my secrets away, Misty.
Yeah.
No. Freddie, he's a great guy. I think it was yesterday, I saw a lot of concern in the chat for Freddie Lynn. I think the bunnies are sort of, we've got some PTSD, right? So we went all in on Kane, right? We gave him love, we gave him support, we gave him $1,000 for his birthday. And then he goes and fucks us over. Not just us, but Jess. Okay? We
Yeah,
buried
and like
him.
he went to the biggest enemy too, you know? I mean, like, come on.
Yeah, we bury him. And then Pat Ford. Okay? Again, like we don't really know how to read Pat Ford, right? And there were a lot
Yeah.
of bunnies who actually left Jess's channel because they didn't like Pat Ford.
Yeah.
You had to sort of get through this, like, okay, is he a troll? Is he like, never take Pat Ford seriously, ever. Then he blocked me, banned me in the chat, right? So
I'm never gonna forget that day.
yeah, I mean,
I'm never gonna forget it.
yeah, definitely a moment in history. But anyways, I think we have a little bit of PTSD, and so obviously Freddie Lynn's name has been coming up more and more, and I see a lot of concern. Like, oh, and Jake, I totally forgot about Jake.
How could you forget Jake? We're
I know.
reminded about him.
I know. Well, because it's been very quiet for how long has he been gone? 30 days?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know shit about the cam. You know, I need like, I need a whiteboard. I need red yarn.
We
You'll
do.
need to, like,
We
we
do.
need the king. The king is Kurt, right? Kurt. And then Kirk. Well, fuck, I've messed it up again. Sorry. I do. These motherfuckers are never gonna let me anywhere near them. Anyway, so I need to, you know, we need a whiteboard, man. We need a lesson, and I think that's what Nurse Kim was trying to do. Bless her heart.
Yeah.
And yeah, and then they stormed in, and we were like fucking rioting.
Yeah. It's gotten better. It's gotten better. I'm not sure how to put my finger on it, but it's gotten better.
Oh yeah, oh my God, I'm Pat Ford's biggest fan. Forget it. Yeah, I just.
Yeah. And Kane, fuck, man. He's really good for J7. They have a great show. They have a great balance. He's still Kane. We get it.
You love to hate him. You love to hate him.
Yes. Yep.
But you can see, the thing about Kane is that you can see his heart, even though I think sometimes he tries to hide that a little bit, but you can really see his heart. And I think that's coming out with this dating segment that J7 is pulling out of him. And I think it's very sweet. I think it's very sweet. So.
Yeah. I love hearing about the dating. Kane mentioned something a couple of nights ago, I think, that he has to have an emotional connection. So, of course, J7 was giving him shit about, are you going to sleep with her? Right.
Right. Yeah.
And you could tell, you know, his answers weren't like, fuck yeah, I am, you know. He was actually talking about needing an emotional connection. I was floored.
Right?
That came out of Kane's mouth. So
that's why I say this whole dating thing, and you know, it wasn't like something he was prepared to say, or something that, you know, he thought, you know, or, you know, he thought, you know, I'm going to say this and they're going to, you know, they're going to all love me. It was just something he just said right off the cuff. So, you know, that's why I say you can see the softer side of him. And so, like I said, you love to hate Kane.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so let's finish the rest of this. I think there's just a little bit left.
That's true. It would be tremendous stuff. In fact, elite content.
Elite indeed. So you said to me you want to do a morning show. So this is the breakfast show, baby. If I'm sort of letting you sort of run shotgun here. You can lead the way. I'm along for the ride.
I've just gotten an urgent notice I have to read. An urgent notice.
Okay.
A warning, since it is the morning and everyone's interesting.
That's right. I actually thought Moonsy was a sloth when I turned on the show the other day. She's moving so slow.
Did you see her in her beautiful wig? Moonsy is a sex queen.
Yes.
Well, sold sex toys growing up. Or in her 20s.
That's very smart. I mean,
making four figures at a party.
manufacture her own, or
No, that was going to be the next step. But then I think she met her husband and fell in love and got married. Life took off. But she was about to be a sex
surely,
toy.
like the the bunnies have their own little bunny vibrator.
Oh, not yet. So that's something I can put on the list.
Isn't it called the rabbit? Isn't it called the rabbit? That one?
Yeah, that already exists.
Well, I mean, it fits. I mean, the bunny should have their own little rabbit.
Well,
branded.
That's smart. The bunny rabbit.
Yeah. And just little Jess Machado's face there.
Oh, God.
That's what we are.
Get you in the mood.
Perfect.
Get you going.
That's what.
I fucking lost it. I lost it when he said that. I lost it.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, that's what we need. That's what we need the internet to respond to. Yeah.
Yeah. So those are
Okay.
Minner's criticisms for me for the week. No sedatives, monotone. Got to work on that.
Sloth. That's fucking awful.
Fucking Minners. I think he did throw in a compliment towards the end. So yeah,
He did. He slid in a few in there, here and there.
He did. Yeah. So I wasn't crying or anything or curled up in a fetal position.
You weren't. I mean,
No. It's all good.
Yeah.
It's all good. He wasn't cruel. Keyword. Cruel.
Yeah. Keyword. Yeah. I don't know how you did it though, truly. All this week, I got ready for yesterday's live and it took me probably 3 days to get ready for yesterday. And then today we didn't know, the direction quite we were going to go in. So then when we sort of figured it out, I was like, all right, I'm going to follow your lead, but I'm going to get ready, in case we want to go a different direction. And I worked all damn day on that. And you're doing 2 streams a day? That's insanity. I don't know how the fuck these streamers do it. When they say it's work, it's work.
I mean, if you want to put like a decent effort into it, there's a lot that you can do. It's not just, what you're presenting on YouTube. You can do a lot with social media and such. So, yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot.
It is. It's a great deal of work. It's a great deal of work.
Yeah.
I mean, I have content, like I said, you said episode 2 and I'm like, so are you talking 22?
I know, right?
Because people are like, we don't have any content. I mean, it's obvious people don't have content, right? And
Right.
I'm like, well, fuck, I have content for weeks. What do you want?
Yeah, for sure. So, Deb Martin says Moons is going to take a long nap tomorrow. You guys, I have tried to take a nap for 2 days straight, and I lay down and I might sleep for like 10 minutes, and then I wake up. I don't know if that's like my ADHD meds or something. Celsius, it could be. I don't know, but I have tried. Trust me, I have gotten 3 hours of sleep for 2 days in a row, and I honestly cannot believe I'm not a zombie.
Wow, that's yeah. I mean, I can see that because last night I only got 3 hours because I didn't go to bed until probably like 4, and then I was up at 7 so that I could make sure that I was there for 7:30, and then this afternoon I was like, all right. I wasn't tired, but I knew that I needed to take a nap so that I could be ready for tonight because I know me, the meds I take, things like that. And, so I have to coordinate everything. It's very coordinated. So I knew that I had to take a nap. And so I forced myself to lay down. And once I do that, for some reason, I'm very blessed. I can just boom, go to sleep.
Yeah. You are blessed.
I learned that actually after surgery because I could only sleep on my back and I have never ever in my life ever slept on my back. So I'm like, Jesus. Yeah. I thought, you know what? I told the doctor, I'm like, I don't think I'm going to be able to sleep. And he's like, well, try it for a few days. And if not, we'll work it out. And I'm like, all right. So
Hmm.
I got home and anyway, I got on the bed and on flat on my back and I fell right asleep and I was like, wow. And
Right.
I mean, that could have been, that was right after surgery. It could have been all the drugs, but I was able to do that for a good like 3, 4 weeks
Yeah.
because it took me a very long time to heal. But
Okay. Yeah. Hmm. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe tomorrow I'll totally crash or have a good sleep tonight. I don't know. I don't have to
once
wake
you
up
don't have
early tomorrow
anything,
morning. So
yeah, once you don't have anything else like to worry, anything pressing, I think your body's going to be like, all right, that's enough.
yeah. Well, we'll see. So part one, you got some response.
Did
Uh,
I?
yeah, yeah. I think we triggered a few people.
Yeah, well, I'm not surprised.
Let me share with you this.
Do I need a trigger warning?
No, no.
Okay.
But can you please remind me about our disclaimer? We talked about it yesterday and we didn't do it, and I think it's fine, but I think we definitely need to do it today. We're going to get into some of the heavier stuff, you know?
Okay.
So this post here says, Moons, this is disgusting. It's obvious to me that Misty has an attachment to Jess that she developed from listening to her every morning. So much so that she feels the need to sacrifice her own mental health to protect the queen. She stated herself she doesn't like going to these dark places and doesn't want to hurt anyone, but she feels like she has to protect Jess. Be an adult. Leave this woman alone. You are using her. This is manipulative. Makes me sick to my stomach. I don't care who likes me or who doesn't, but you're putting her mental health in more danger by doing this to her. You're playing with fire in someone else's life because you want viewers. Gross, dude. Grow the fuck up and leave Sweet Potato out of this. I didn't know what Sweet Potato was, and I figured it out. So, Misty, would you like to respond? Or would you like me to go first?
Um, why don't you go first while I digest this? Someone sent this to me. I didn't open it because I just saw, the Prison Misty Part 2 and I didn't know that, so let me digest this for a second.
Okay. All right. I will start. So, first off, by the looks of this post, it appears that Jimmy assumes that I invited Spicy Misty here for my own reasons and motivation and intent.
Hey, you're
When
so
in
selfish.
actuality, yeah, when in actuality, this is 110% Spicy Misty. I'm just here as her platform to share her truth journey. Okay.
100.
My timeline that I built was based on my experience with Purple. And we worked in some other things that we observed from Will, Aiden, that sort of or what is it called? Corroborated this coordinated attack. Okay. That supported our allegation. Okay. After Misty saw that timeline, I think she became, I don't know, what would you call it? Like your own motivation was born. You felt like you had seen sort of a different part of the story, and you wanted to do the same with that, which I think is what we're going to go over today. So that's just my first comment is like, okay, Jimmy, I got it. But this is my channel, my new brand from Ocean Moons Live to the Mooney Bin. And what better way to celebrate the end of the week than to invite Spicy Misty on? She's a public figure in this community. Everybody wants to hear from her. I mean, he knows this very well. Again, we talked about this last night. We don't really know what started it, but there was a thread on Twitter that went crazy. I'm assuming they were making fun of Spicy Missy, but it turned into this sort of fun activity for her because they were incorporating her profile picture into all of these AI pics that made it into the intro video. Okay. So I thought it was all fun and games. She was having a great time. She was laughing.
Mm.
And the picture of his cat came from that thread. So if you don't want your cat on the internet, don't share your cat online. That image actually came from one of your followers. So just a note.
All is fair
there.
in love and war, man. Yeah, I actually, I had to read this a few times to digest it. My response is, oh my. Oh my. Very, very, very clever. Very clever. Well, first I'd say it's very kind of you to be, concerned about my mental health, Jimmy. However, I can assure you and everybody else who might be concerned that I am just fine. Yesterday I was explaining what you, Jimmy, and the rest of you all have pulled out of me. I was simply enjoying Jessica when y'all decided that y'all were going to take Jessica down. I'm not sacrificing my mental health for anyone or anything. And just FYI, I'm under the care of great doctors who I'm very lucky to have. But when you triggered me by becoming something I didn't see in you at first, and I'm sure a lot of others didn't see in you or haven't yet seen in you, that hurt me. And then that pissed me off. And like I said, it was you who brought that part of me out. And quite frankly, I saw you, Jimmy, as a fun toy I could play with while in class. I saw you as somebody who was fun I could laugh with. We were creative. Everything was fun. And then all of a sudden I was hit in the side of the face with you in the woods with a fucking microphone. And I'll be kind here and simply say I was swiftly removed from class and taken straight to detention. And all the best people are in detention. Some of the best people are there. And by the way, if I feel this way, I'm pretty damn sure that I'm not alone. If I feel this way about you, then I'm sure that I'm not alone in that feeling, which I think you actually might fear a bit. But don't, no worries. Today mostly isn't about you yet. Today is mostly about the timeline, and the timeline in the beginning consists mostly of the Doughboy. So anyway, again, thank you for your concern, but I'm all set. I'm all good. And like you said, it was you, Jimmy, who started the AI pick stuff, and y'all did it. And somebody made a photo of Sweet Potato, and hey, why? I love that picture of me and Sweet Potato. I love cats. I have 3. People drop them off at my house all the time because they know I'm going to take care of them. It turned into a whole thing. Anyway, I rescue cats all the time. I love sweet potatoes. So don't be dogging on sweet potato. Don't, that picture with me and sweet potato, I take offense to that. But yeah, this post was very manipulative. It's very clever. It's exactly what I would expect Jimmy to do. There are two sides to Jimmy. I would also, when we finally do get to Jimmy, I think that Jimmy worries about what I see in him. And I don't want to say that, so I'm not going to say that. Um, I think he worries about the mirror I might put up. And I didn't want to put up that mirror because I want everybody in Jimmy's community to be where I was. I want everybody to be in Jimmy's class, having fun. I wanted Jimmy to be a fun toy they could laugh with and play with and be creative with. I don't want them to see Jimmy the way that I see Jimmy. But apparently, from what I've seen, like I said, it seems like they want this war. So fuck it. Let's strike a match. So you can save those posts. My mental health is just fine. And that pissed me off a little bit.
Would we call it emotional manipulation, says Shay.
Certainly sounds like that. It certainly sounds like that. And you know what? Listen, to be fair to Jimmy, because there was something I did leave out of the timeline. And I think that might have been, when I was talking about my friend in the corner, right? My friend in the corner blocked on two sides. As I was going through my timeline of that, I left out an important paragraph. And so I'm talking about my friend who's cornered in on the bunk. And what I left out is the point of me telling you all of that about my friend is because there was one night where a lifer started going after her, and this lifer was standing over her in her bunk. And so my friend was literally trapped, and that triggered an instinct in me that I did not know I have. So that night I turned into a completely different person. And I know it's probably going to piss all of you off, but I'm not going to tell you what I did that night because, and I probably shouldn't say this either, because what I did that night, I'm not proud of. But if you're going to fuck with my friend, I'm going to stand up. And I did. I stood up. And let me tell you, I will tell you what the final results were. That lifer was taken out of my dorm. And anyway, she was taken out of the dorm. Let's just leave it at that. Because apparently, and I could see how what I said might have concerned quite a few people. I'm talking about how, the dark side of me hasn't been released in a long time until recently. But let me tell you something. I was skipping along, in a meadow full of, roses and flowers, listening to Jessica having fun in the morning. And you motherfuckers decided that you were going to all start acting stupid. And so if y'all have anybody to blame for bringing out the dark side of this cunt, it's you. So we'll leave it there.
Yeah.
Nobody,
Oh, can you hear me?
I can hear you just fine.
Okay. So I was going to say something similar about the mirror aspect. We heard him recently talk about cruelty, and
Yeah.
since that stream, and we went over a stream yesterday that touched on it, but then
Right.
he did it again. Anyways, he pulls this concept about intentional cruelty, and
Yes.
he, I guess, witnessed this on a spiritual YouTube channel that he is loyal to and loves. And what I am still waiting for him to do and say is, speak out against the cruelty that's occurring,
And,
and don't
mm,
and don't participate in it as well.
and,
You're a little
and,
bit. Go ahead.
mhm. No, yeah, yeah.
I was going to say, you're showing a little bit of hypocrisy by continuing to participate in something that you're preaching shouldn't be existing. So I have a little bit of a problem with that. And
You're very kind in how you explain
yeah,
that. You're very
yeah,
kind in how you
yeah.
explain that because I'll let you finish. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, um, I would look at your content, Jimmy. Go back and look at all of the times and all of the albums and all of the streams that you've done on Nan Gallagher, on Jennifer Altman, on Beverly Cannoni, and was any of that uh, things that could affect someone's mental health? And if it is, did you check in on them? There's one thing about Misty that her and I have in common, and that's an addiction journey. And actually, Jimmy, you and I, and Misty and I, we all have that in common. And one of the things about addiction and going through recovery is that you learn how to identify your triggers and you learn coping mechanisms. And I love Misty so much because I do see her get triggered quite often. I mean, just go into her Twitter replies and look for the really long posts with all the capital letters. If you don't know who Spicy Misty is, just go into her replies, scroll down, look for the really long paragraphs with all the capital letters, and you'll get a good idea of who she is. But on the phone, sometimes that happens too. And you can tell, like, her thought process is immediate. She's like, oh, I need to calm down, or oh, I need to stop, or oh, I can't go there. And she's really good with her health. Like, she knows how to calm herself down and not go to those dark places. And I think if you do go to those dark places, you probably reach out, by text message or whatever, to
Well,
somebody you're close to.
well, I don't, you know, when I say the dark places, I'm not going to dark places. What I'm saying is you're bringing out the side of me that is, it's not, I always called it like digging a hole, right? If you're starting to feel yourself going to a dark place or having depression or something, I compare it to, unfortunately, because, die in a hole and all that, but I compare it to starting to dig a hole, right? So, the first day or whatever, you're starting to dig your hole. And as long as you can still climb out of your hole and you're aware of that, then you're still good. When you get to a point when you've been, and you just have to be really cognizant of this. And the thing is that therapy taught me how to do all that. And
Right.
I know that when my hole is getting too deep, and at this point when my hole, is getting up to my knees, I'm like on the phone already because but I already know that I need help, extra help. But I already have all those coping mechanisms. I already know. And yes, when I say they have triggered something in me that is dark, what it is you're making me do something that I don't want the community to see about you. You're making me do something that I don't want the community to see about Aiden. And there's a lot of reasons for that. Mostly because I'm compassionate. Aiden is a complete asshole, and I can understand why his haters are like, fuck him, I want him to go to jail. Because I can understand why they feel that way. Aww. Hot little one. She's so precious. Every time she comes in to say goodnight, she's so sweet. And she looks just like you. Oh my gosh. Hi, little. Oh, she's going to see my scary picture. Oh, she's so precious. Can she hear me?
No, she can't. But thank you.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I didn't want to keep going.
You're fine.
Anyway, so like I said, that's what I mean by hurting, because I'm going to end up hurting these streamers, because I'm going to show their community who they are and what they have done. And with our timeline, here's the thing with the timeline is incredibly detailed. All right. And it's very long, and there are quite a few different timelines, right? Like you have J7's timeline, you have Moons' timeline, you have somebody else's timeline, and I was focused just on Jessica's timeline. But everybody else was kind of focused on their timeline. And so while it had something to do, it pertained to the main timeline, they're kind of spread out and all over the place. So what we've yet to do we've yet to combine everything into one timeline so that we can make it digestible, because every single section, every single date in the timeline has a great deal of content inside that. Like if I was to start the timeline right now, and this is probably how, we would figure we would do it. We're going back to December of 2025, right? So, and in that section, there's a great deal of information. So anyway, I don't know where I was going with that, but I lost all of my train of thought, but that's okay. Anyway, but to get back to your lessons in cruelty, I have that entire stream printed out, but I wonder if I don't know if the chat likes me to react on video, or if they want me, because we could go through it live. We could go through his whole thing on live. The thing is, when I react on video, I can pause and I can think about it, and I have more time, because this is a lot of manipulation, and you have to be able to see through that and think through that. And a lot of people, and then you have to figure out how to explain it to everybody so that they understand what you're talking about, right? And that's something that's not easy to do, because a lot of people, like I said, a lot of people don't think the way that I think. Praise God. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to teach everybody to think the way that I think. And that's basically what this timeline is going to do. It's going to be a lesson in how to see people for who they are. And like I said, Jimmy is the first one I did. I can show you exactly who that man is now that I know who he is. Jimmy is two people. I know what he's dealing with inside himself. It's very obvious. It's very clear. The lessons in cruelty, the little bit that I've gotten through, is shocking, mind-blowing, manipulative, you can see how he's really focused on, I'm sorry, I did say that this wasn't going to be about Jimmy, so he didn't have anything to worry about, but it turns out, anyway, the thing is with Jimmy, the reason why I wanted to start with July 13th is because that's the first time he started talking about Jessica, right? But there's a date right after that. There's a date right after that where Kim got engaged. Praise God. And, congratulations. I'm so excited for Kim. And Jessica responded to that. And Jessica responded to Jimmy's response to that, right? And Jimmy was incredibly triggered by Jessica's response to Jimmy's response to the engagement. And the two words that Jimmy kept repeating over and over and over again were, she said, I'm alone. Because I don't know, Jimmy is a very different person in a members only stream lately.
Which stream would you like me to pull up?
Well, let's not do that. Everybody wanted the timeline, right? Like,
Okay.
everybody wanted the timeline. Let's do the timeline because that's what everybody was really looking forward to. And I would really like to do the lessons in cruelty. I really want to go through that a little bit better. So let me pull out my Baker stuff and let's do the timeline. And you know what? I think we should ask the chat because I figured we could do this two different ways. Like, we could very quickly run through all the dates and the biggest things that happened on that date so you have an idea of the full timeline. Or we can start at the very beginning and you can wait for each date that includes all the content and the context around that date. So really, it's the community who wanted the timeline. So it'll be, if you want a quick rundown of the dates of each date, that's going to take a minute because we're going to have to collab on that. Because like I said, we're dealing with a bunch of different timelines. But if you can hang out with us over the next couple of streams, as we break down the timeline, you'll get all the context behind why each date matters. So really, I would say that it's up to the chat. Because
Right, what are you guys feeling? Somebody says make it simple.
Right, I did see that comment. And it's not as easy as that. It's not as easy as making it simple because the thing is that there's a lot of clips. There's a lot of context. You have to, like I said, you gotta go back to December in 2025. And, and we can start there. And if you want the first, it's December 12th, 2025 is the first date. Okay. And that is Broken Baker. And that is a clip that I have in our file, which is number 1. And it's
What if we just go through the timeline and say dates and events and then go back and do visuals?
Okay, you're going to have to help me with that. So,
okay. So
I can do
your timeline open. Is it called a copy of timeline?
No, go to the one that just says timeline because I've been editing on the timeline itself. I don't know if the copy of the timeline is going to show all the edits.
Okay.
Because I kind of put where we have to stop at one point and move to your.
Right.
To your timeline. And then after April 14th, we come back here because then we hit May.
So I think that's the one that I'm in. It says copy of timeline. It's the only one that's in here.
Do
So,
you see a big yellow? Do you see a big yellow highlighted block in
no.
May?
Oh, in May? No.
Well, you would see that on the first. Hold on. What I'm going to do is I am going to, let's see. This is what I said, chat. It's going to happen in real time. Okay. So share. I'm going to, let's see. No, I need the organize button, right? I need the organize button. Let's see. Where is this timeline at?
Can I show it
It's,
on screen? Are you okay if I show it?
oh yeah.
Okay, let
Yeah.
me
I mean, I don't know. I don't know if, well,
this one.
right, but there's a different one. There's a different one that's been updated. So you have the copy of the timeline. Okay, 1 second. Let me go back into the main files. Let me go back into the main files that I have closed out. Hold on. Give me a second, chat. Sorry. And pull up the big ones, the big one, and go to the original. And let me see if that's the original. It is. Okay. And then I know now to go over here and say organize. And I am going to move it into the timeline clips because that's where we're hanging out right now. Okay. So that should give you the copy of the timeline. And then you and I should be on the same page.
Oh, okay. I see it now. Okay.
Do you
So
see
this
it?
one, yeah. So this one I can share.
Okay. And what I did was I don't know. Like, I don't know. I need to go back to the regular timeline because the timeline itself, I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with it.
It
It's
looks the
anyway, let's just work off. It is the same. It's highlighted for me. So I know where I'm going. There you go.
same.
That's the one.
Okay.
Okay. Perfect.
All
Okay.
right. So my first question is, why the fuck do we have to go back to December?
Okay. We have to go back to December because that's when Baker is asking. Hold on. Let me grab my notes. Baker is asking for gifts. Okay. Now this is I do have a clip of this, but like I said, we're going through this fast. So he's asking for gifts. All right. So that's what happens in December. And then you have January 21st, Jess
Okay.
Machado, Bunny After Dark. Jess is showing, Kane Baker's magnet. So she asks Kane, do you know who Baker is? And Kane says no. And so she puts the magnet down. Okay.
Okay.
January 5th. No, February 5th. Broken Baker, Late Night Pie Club 42. This is going to be number 3. Okay. On this stream, he shows Jessica J7 sent Baker gifts twice. Okay. So in February, he's doing a stream and he's talking about gifts that he got from J7. And then he goes on to talk about how this late night pie club stream is going to be a little risque. Okay. Quote unquote. So that's what happens on February 5th. And now you go down to, February 23rd, which is Broken Baker gift stream, the unboxing. Okay. Now the unboxing stream is gone from Baker's,
Oh, it is.
from what I can see. I don't see it. I reacted to the video in real time because it was public at one point, and once it's public at one point on on YouTube, you could reshare it. So I reacted to that video. My video is about 13 minutes long because it's really funny. I'm so much funnier than Jolene, I think. Anyway. So, but I have this, and I did this today, and I had this huge storm going on behind me, so you can hear that storm. Anyway, So, the Baker Late Night Club, you don't really need that one. That's not important. Okay. So then we get to, so then we have to move to your timeline, right?
Got it.
Okay. So we move over to your timeline, which is the blueprint. And this is where I think I need you to take over and explain.
Sure. So I'm going to take chat off the screen. So this is a lot of text, right? I tried to make this as simple as possible. Date, timestamp, the event. Was it a live stream? Was it a text message? I'm starting to put links in here because obviously we're starting to show, our sort of receipts, information that was received, and then sort of the significance of this. Obviously, the significance is, hindsight is 2020. After everything has been said and done, we can go back and sort of assign a better significance to what the event was. So the very first thing is I wanted to personally note, when was the last time that we saw peace? And my event that I chose was the Bunny After Dark that Purple, Erica, and Jimmy were all on. And they did the funny skits, like they impersonated TB. They did the strip poker, but not,
Right.
Yeah.
Where you put on clothes. Right.
Yeah. Great night. Great memories.
Really fun. Yeah.
So funny. I even made a few clips and shared them on social. I mean, it was a really good night. I think that was probably the last time there was peace, because what happened shortly after is Pat Ford blocked me in the chat.
And that's
that
April
is-
14th. You got to
Yes.
give everybody the date
Yeah.
because everybody's writing notes. Okay.
So 3 to 4 days later was when Pat Ford blocked me. And that is when Purple took that event and decided to do his live stream on Pat Ford. What's interesting at this point in time with this is that Purple has his own website at the moment, purplekooladdrinker.com. And he has all of his live streams from his YouTube channel that was taken down. He has them posted on his website. The only one I couldn't find was the Pat stream live stream.
Interesting.
Yes.
Don't worry, we got it.
I think, well, let me see what you guys think. What do you think? Why do you think it's not up there?
Why do I think it's not up there? Let me see.
Do you guys remember what happened? Maybe not.
No, yeah, you got to fill me in here on this one because
Okay,
I
so
didn't
this is-
digest all this one.
Right. Yeah. Lisa's right. So he took it down. This is the one where Jess called into his show and they had their conflict on the phone on live. Okay. What we know today is that Cyberchick initiated those text messages. So she was texting Jess saying, this purple guy is shitting on you, blah, 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 blah. That rolled her up. She went into the chat. She was guns a-blazing, just spewing words into the chat. And obviously they knew that they couldn't communicate like that. Purple invited her up. I think she ended up calling him on the phone. And then that is the conversation that happened on live. I'll be completely honest with you that conversation didn't go well on the part of Jess. I feel like there was a lot of criticism after that conversation about the things that she said, how she treated Purple, yada, yada, yada. Okay. She got a lot of blowback for that. But Purple, actually, I thought he handled it pretty well. They talked through it. A few days later, they were on a Spaces or Purple was on a Spaces because his channel got taken down, and Valerie tried to come up and shit on Jess, and Purple shut it down. So I thought that, you know, they had worked through it, but I know now that there was definitely some residual, I don't know, anger, whatever you want to call it, as a result. So I think this was a pivotal moment. I think this is when Purple's sort of, you know, loyalty towards Jess turned. And he probably got angry, and he probably reached out to Aiden, and they had a conversation. That's just my suspicion. This same day, I have 2 text messages that prove. So I've seen some I don't know what you want to call it, but people have been pointing the finger at me for starting all of this. I was in the chat. I was banned. I was blocked, whatever. I did not alert anyone other than Pat Ford and Jess that I was banned and blocked that day. It was Purple who reached out to me and asked me what happened. And my text messages were, you know, I said it on my live stream when I went over all of this. They were very, you know, like, I don't know what happened. Apparently it was an accident, you know. So long story short, go ahead, Misty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was going to say, okay, so that was April 14th. All of that went down.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay. So to keep, go ahead.
So my next date is May 3rd, which is the oysters crafting.
Right. But before we go there, we got to go back to, okay, you have the oysters craft. You have the oyster craft. Now the crafting is bigger on the other timeline because there's more context there.
Okay.
So if we go back to the other timeline, May 3rd, Jess does an oyster stream. Okay. And you guys all remember that stream. She's crafting, she's sitting at a table, and she's doing the oysters for the wedding. Okay. This is what I have all highlighted in yellow. I blocked it off so that we knew that it was all one thing. The first line of that, it says Jess apologizes to Baker for previous statements about Baker. Okay. Now, this is the first time she apologizes to Baker. And I was like, wait, why did she have to apologize to Baker? And so I went back and I took video of her on that stream explaining that I guess a few days before that she had made comments. We don't have that in the timeline yet, but I guess a few days before that she had made jokes about Baker. They were light jokes. The chat was like, don't come after Baker like that or whatever. And so Jess apologized to Baker. Okay. And that she does alone. So then Jess brings up J7 and Oceans. And at that point, J7 starts to talk about Baker. And what J7 says about Baker is she's responding to the chat here. Okay. And she says, Baker didn't send dick pics. He got pictures of my tits and he jerked off to them. What's the problem? Okay. So then we go down to the last line in that yellow block, and Jessica is shutting this down, this conversation down as fast as she can. And she says, you know, I have a take on the Baker thing about you, and I don't want to get into all this because we're going to have a hard stop. She kept saying that if you're going to keep talking about Baker, we're going to just shut this shit down completely. So then I didn't include the last one. While she's painting the shells.
Oh, J7 was on. That's all it says.
Okay, so this is So this is just my note saying, we might want to put all these clips together so it wasn't scattered everywhere. So then you go down to, now that
So
was, now,
let me make one note about May 3rd is that Jess had 11,700 subscribers.
excellent point.
And this is when she starts to drop. So
Okay.
it could be argued that it was this.
Well, you would, some would say that. However, go ahead.
Yeah,
Some would
yeah,
say that. I think there were, right. We really kind of haven't gone into that. Basically what I'm doing right now is just giving the full timeline of events. So, and then we'll get into the conspiracy of it. I think maybe, hold on a second. We'll get into the conspiracy of it in June. So let us wait till we get to June. It's just a few minutes, y'all.
Is this when Jess says share the screenshots?
No, hold on a second. Let's go back to May 3rd. Okay, that we're done. Okay, so let's go to May 5th. Jessica has another stream. It's called the all caps edition. It's May 5th. And she apologizes again to Baker for the comments that J7 made on her stream. Okay?
Okay.
So then we go to May 6th. Do you want the house tour? Okay. Jess clarifies. I don't have any more notes on that. I guess she clarifies what she was doing on the 7th. Like I said, we started this timeline and it's not, complete, which is why. Anyway, so then, you have, but it's still part of the timeline. So she clarifies something about Baker. And we have clips of that, and you might want to, and my comments is you might want to clip out the dead air. So, May 14th, we have Jessica's show signature edition. And she says, don't shit on J7. She's loyal. Then we go down to, May 27th, back to business
So
edition.
mine picks
Go
up
ahead.
on the 22nd. So I'm going to flip back.
Yours picks up on the 22nd. Okay, let me go back.
Mm-hmm.
Yours picks up on the your blueprint?
Yeah. So May
Does
22nd
it?
is Ocean and I had started live streaming.
Oh, I don't have that updated version, ho. Okay, go ahead.
Are you sure?
Go ahead.
It's
I don't have that updated.
It's
I don't
live.
have it. All right, let me go look for it. All right, let me go look for it. But you keep going. You and Oceans.
Yeah, so we had started live streaming, and of course, we were talking about J7. We were talking about Baker, and what was happening at night were the spaces with Val, and I don't even know if Messy Jessie had come into the picture, but there was just a lot of hate on J7 at that time, a lot of public humiliation. And so this is when I received a text message from Purple that says, you may want to reevaluate your support of J7, as they call her. I have stories as many others do.
Okay. And that was what date?
May 22nd.
Okay. Yeah, all right. I can't find that one. Oh yeah, no, okay, yeah. Now I have it. Woo, thank you. Okay.
So instead of flipping back and forth just because it's so much, I'll just say on May 27th, there was another stream where I guess Jess talks about J7 causing more issues. The Baker drama just continued. June 1st is when Aiden goes live and he defends Baker. I think J7 had shared the screenshots the night before.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Uh,
Okay.
June 3rd.
Well, wait, because on June 1st,
Mhm.
Jessica does another stream called the Sweet Treat Edition, and Jess is finding out live on stream with us on 2020 on 24 on 24 that J7 has dropped the screenshots. She didn't know about that.
So
Now go
you
ahead.
have that June 3rd.
I have that June 1st.
Okay. Yeah, same. Okay. I think you said June 3rd, but it's okay. June 3rd is actually the stream where Jess does her Broken Baker impersonation.
And that's the stream called Depart From Here on June 3rd. The big Baker skit at the end. It's towards the end.
And I showed this is where she starts to lose subs. Because the next day she's at 11,600.
Right. And here's my conspiracy theory. My conspiracy theory is that they needed a spark. They needed a spark, and they needed something to make a flame for this to go. And I think Baker being here, and so we'll go ahead and continue. So let's go down to June 4th.
So June 4th, Bus Stop Live. This is his 10-minute rant about the sex toys.
Okay, gosh, you have that. I don't have that.
That's the one he's like, that's so disgusting. I don't need to know. I don't care. You know, blah, 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 blah. Basically, what I saw in this was just very selective moral outrage and hypocrisy. You know, I even think during this rant, he says things like, yeah, I know that you guys have seen text messages between Meredith and I, but that was X, Y, and Z. You know, it was always a completely different situation. Same thing with, you know, him talking about their sex life or whatever.
Oh, wow, you really did update.
It was like rules for thee, but not for me type situation.
Oh, well, that's how they all fucking roll. Jessica made a damn joke. And that broke the minds of every man, you know, every man in this community. It's fucking wild. Anyway.
Right.
Okay, so then, yeah.
Minimizing serious allegations. So June 4th, that night is when Baker goes live for his Four Loko stream.
And we all know what happened there.
And the next day, Jess has 11.1 subscribers. Also on this day, well, actually June 6th is when Aiden declares Team Baker on his Bus Stop Live. So
okay, so I have June 5th, Broken Baker stream, Father's Day, fuck around and find out Friday. I don't know what that means. Like I said, we started this and we didn't get it finished all the way. Anyway, so we'll skip that. And then the expert FNL.
Friday Night Live.
That's where he accuses Jessica, I think,
of the
swatting, of the quote unquote single cop swatting. Yeah, whatever.
What day was that?
That was June 5th. January, March, April, May, June. I still have to count on my fingers to figure out I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks. Okay. I'm just a baby.
You're fine. So mine picks up on the 14th. So do you have anything else before the 14th?
Yes, I do. Yes, I have on June 8th, the expert reckoning. I'm not sure what that one was because there are no notes on that.
It was a different stream, but he does insinuate the swatting again and pointing it towards Jess. Yep.
Okay, let me see 1 second. Let me see how you've got this.
I don't pick up until June 14th. But that for you, that's the next stream
That
for
is yep.
Aiden.
Yep. Okay, so take it away because you've got way more detail.
No, this is just when he says, you know, if you have a channel and you're not covering my case, you're dead to me. Let's see.
Okay, so let's wait. Well, see, we're elaborating too much, I think. Let's just give them like, the most basic, because we're going into details and context, and I don't want to really do that because I feel like we're going to confuse people. So if we give them just a little bit of context, that might be best. But so we know that June 14th, Aiden does his call out stream. Essentially, if you're not, doing what you're doing, you're dead to me. And then, you know what I mean? It's like, I feel like if we get too much into detail, we're going into the context, and I'm like, wait, but we have to show the context from back there. And so that's what I'm saying. I think it's, if we just do like basic and like little tiny bits of context, I think that would be helpful, just to give everybody this, the timeline up front, and then we'll break it down for y'all so that you can understand better. Okay.
Yeah. So during this stream, I mean, it was a pretty meaty transcript, and there were multiple things. But he also does try and dictate content. You know, he's talking about playing clips and finding, helping him with his case and things like that. Telling everybody you should be doing that on your channel. So again, it's like a pattern. June 15th, he just reiterates what he said on the night before. If you're a content creator who claims they want to help me, it would be helpful if you invested the same energy into helping me, rather than focus on irrelevant side drama.
And that was in a X post. He tweets that. It's in an X post.
Yes.
An X post. I keep calling it X. Anyway, so that's part of the timeline. Okay. And so then June 16th, somebody completely irrelevant at this point pops up, but was irrelevant. And then go ahead.
I have June 16th is when Will goes live.
And manipulates the fuck out of Turtle Boy. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So this is the one that he starts off his live, and he's like, I was gonna, say fuck you and walk away from the community. But Aiden comes on and changes his mind, and they shit on Jess the entire time. So that was this one. What's interesting is this the one. Do you remember when we found that mention about a phone conversation? Do you remember when that was? So much text here. Anyways,
on Purple's live that we congratulate him for.
No, it was Will.
Oh, it's in your first. It's in your first one. Hold on. It's in your second one, because that's what I had so many questions about. If this is okay, and I even clipped it because it doesn't sound right, but he says, Will is all pissed, and he's talking to Aiden, and he says, if you had that conversation with me privately, then it would have been, you just told me your opinion. That's my opinion. Just let it go. It was very casual.
Yes.
And see, this is when he says, it was very casual when you spoke to me privately about it.
Right.
We were actually communicating. So there was a conversation that Will and Aiden had before this Will live stream. Do you fucking guys see? This is why I didn't really want to do it this way, because you're not going to be able to see the manipulation, which is why we have to go through this again,
And
because
this is
you have,
actually a really good clip to watch because I
yes,
think I needed to watch it like 3 or 4 times to totally understand what he was saying.
yeah,
He was and I think he caught himself because he immediately stopped talking about it and
yep,
changed the subject.
yep.
And if you listen to it, you will see that he's actually talking about a conversation that happened prior to this day. And I'm talking like prior to the 14th.
hmm
Um,
where Aiden's telling him, stop, knock it off.
right, right. Aiden had
And,
already said,
yep.
stop talking about it.
So when Aiden is streaming the night before and Aiden says everyone, and I mean everyone, and he says everyone like 5 times, he was talking to everyone. And then Will pops up. I'm telling you, this is all fucking planned. They had this fucking script. It's fucking wild. And you're going to be able to see it as we break it down more detailed for you. So let's move on to June 17th. Do you agree?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so go ahead, because
So
you know what this is.
Jess actually, on a live, she's talking about the Baker situation, and she shares with us that Aiden had reached out to her. I believe it was a text message, and it said something to the effect of, "You're going to destroy your channel if you don't do this." So
Yeah.
again, just more communication coming from Aiden trying to control the narrative.
Do what I say. Okay.
Yep.
All right. So June 18th, we have the exit interview. And everybody knows what the exit interview, but that was June 18th. And that was it. That was the one that Jessica made very, very, very clear she did not want to have. And how many subscribers at this point has Jessica lost?
So I might have this out of order. I show on July 12th, she's at
She lost.
9.7.
I have 1,980
Oh no,
subscribers.
that's right. That's right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
So she lost almost 2,000 subscribers
in 5.5
in less
weeks.
than, yeah. The matter of, okay. So we'll move on from that since we all know what the exit interview is. And that was the data point. That's July 12th, where we find out Jessica has lost, 1,900 subscribers. So now we're moving to July 17th.
Yep.
Where we all stand up and we applaud. We applaud the purple man. The purple man, because you, my friend, you gave everything that you gave us all that we needed, my friend. And I really hope you start streaming again, because your mouth just runs and runs and runs, and you just say everything I need you to say. And basically what Paul does in this stream is tell us the conspiracy. And he says it first on X, right? So he's streaming on X simultaneously as he's streaming on his website, right?
He's
And
in Spaces first.
was he? Okay, fuck.
Yeah.
I don't know. But I know that he had said this a couple of times. So the next time I have this, okay, where he's saying the full thing, which is your third paragraph on the July 17th. Now I have this in video with Aiden's comments streaming next to it.
Yep.
And basically they're telling you they're telling you the conspiracy. And you know what? Fuck it. Let's just give all the details on this. Paul states, Aiden, I don't know if you heard me earlier in the space, but I was telling them how scared to fucking death you were when you saw her rising. You called me. We have to stop this. You said, yes, she is. So yes, she is. She needs to be stopped. She needs to be destroyed. You said, look, we got to do this. We got to do this. Call this one, text this one and this one. Let's fucking get going because we need to stop her right fucking now. We need to stop this right now. We cannot let it go any further. She's at 1100. So what we did, cause
11,000.
she was at 11. Yeah. And I text Jess like anyway, so 11,000. Yeah. And I'm like, Jess, can you show anyway? So 11,700 subs now. And tomorrow she'll have 70,000. He was definitely shook up. Now, Paul is saying that Aiden was definitely shook up. He says, actually, now pay attention, class. Actually, they were trying to stop her towards the end there, trying to keep her down, but she persisted. She adapted and she overcame. And when she got to 11,700 subs, what happened? Oh, that's right. She went down because the Baker Spark was lit and they decided that they were going to use that to actually be the fire that tried to destroy Jessica. So now chat, this is where I want you to, your collective brains, because all of you listen to Jessica every day like we do. We think that this conversation that Paul is talking about, when do we think this conversation took place, Moons?
Well, it had to have been when she had 11,700 subs.
Okay.
Because
So we're going to,
what they're talking about. So if you scroll up and go back to 11,700, it had to have been prior to June 6th.
okay. And it had to be even further before that because he's saying it had to be before, it had to be in April or May. And the reason why it had to be in April and May is because they have already said, Paul made it very clear. We tried to keep her down, but she persisted, she adapted, and she overcame. And when she got to 11,700 subs, what happened? So in April or May, March, somewhere in there, the conversation with Paul and Aiden happened. And that's when they decided that they were going to take Jessica down. Now, Aiden is in the comments and he's confirming all of this. And then later they're going to say this was all a big fucking joke. But chat, I want you to think about what would have happened in either March, April, or May. January, February, March, April, May. Yeah. I don't think it was in May though. I think it was in March or April. And I have a few theories, but I want to know what the chat thinks. If you think about, do you remember when I talked about yesterday? I remember Jessica was saying something and it made the hairs in the back of my neck stand up. And this was before Baker. Do y'all remember I said that yesterday? So if this is before Baker and they're talking about something, so something happened in April and May. And the fact is that I need the AI program, but see, you have to listen to Jessica. So I guess just going to have to go back and listen to all those streams. Anyway, so we'll continue from here, but this is how we know, because I already knew the conspiracy existed. I already knew what had happened. I had already seen it. But when Paul, the idiot, actually put it out, I was like, yes.
Well, so one thing that he does mention is that during this conversation, they agreed to reach out to this one, text this one, call this one. So
Yeah.
they're spreading their plan amongst multiple people. Okay. So as
including
soon
you.
as he said that, I knew I was one of those people. So I received 2 text messages, one about J7 and one about I guess the Baker drama. I don't know. Yeah, I guess it was the Baker drama. So
Hmm.
for me, I pinpoint either the conversation happened on May 22nd, on or around there, because that's when I get the text message that says I need to reevaluate my support for J7, or it occurs um, on or around June 14th about, could you do me a favor and stop doing those shows on this bullshit? But by then, she had already lost 600 subs. So I'm leaning towards it happening here on May 22nd,
So you
or
think it would? Hmm.
or it could have happened in mid-April after the Pat Ford situation. So this is kind of like my time period here, like April 14th through May 22nd is when I
Okay,
think
so
it occurred.
so let me tell you, one of the things I thought of, there were 2 events. I can't remember the second one, but I remember Law Girls Not Attorneys and what they did to Jessica. Now that whole thing was fucking manipulated, right? They did 2 streams on Jessica, 2 hate streams on Jessica. They
Right.
deleted those. And when Jessica responded, she looked like the, the evil one going after, this, mother and her child or whatever. Anyway, so I kind of wonder if they were using them, because where the hell are they now? Huh? Where they at now? Okay. Anyway, so that's how I knew. Paul confirmed for me what I had already suspected. Okay, so we'll continue
Yeah. So
and we can go to July. Oh, okay. Well, you know what? That's really kind of the end of it. Unless we start to, that's the beginning of the fire. That's the beginning of, and like I said, all of this has a fuck ton more context, and you need to see the clips. You need to be able to see in real time exactly how everything fits together, because once you do that, you're gonna realize that what Paul says here is absolute fucking fact. Because once go ahead.
one thing we didn't mention is Aiden was in the chat on
Yep.
Purple's live stream, and he was writing, "She had to be destroyed. I can't have any competitors. Same as Krusty." And
Mhm.
Melanie Little isn't a threat. Machado was growing too fast. Had to be done. Now they say this was a skit. They say this was a joke. There's no exclamation points here. There's no emojis. There's no LOLs.
Yeah. Yeah. No, this was them. This was them, showing their dick. This is what we did. Look at us. We can do anything. And anyway, so this is the beginning. Now, what I've done, because this is the basic timeline, right? And the timeline deserves its context, and you need to see it, because I need all of you to finally realize that this was a setup. And for me to be able to prove to you what Paul is saying, you need the context of each date. But that is the full timeline that we have thus far. I mean, if you go down, it's clearly, the hate train starts rolling, and all the bottom feeders start piling on. And that's when everything starts happening. So what I have done was, there's a few things with, I have 2 different creators. And because we're talking about Baker, we can do him. I show in the folder how Baker, what he was doing on his stream 6 months ago, and I take screenshots of 6 months ago. I gotta go find that now well, it should be here. Misty's timeline. Where is it? Misty's outline. Maybe that's it. It should be timeline. No, it should be timeline. I gotta find it for you because I guess me moving everything around like a crazy person messed everything up. All right. Well, I could find it. Just talk amongst yourselves.
Do you want to pick up with Nurse Kim? Is that what you're looking for?
Well, what that does is that what that is the breakdown of Jimmy. And I mean, we can start Jimmy, but I'd like to do Jimmy all in one stream.
Right.
Like, because I don't want to break him up.
Yeah.
And because I need everybody to see it. And if we break that up, I think that, here it is. Okay. So I have, and there's two creators I did this for. I did this for Jolene. Jolene might be a great one to do. And I did this for her, and she's probably in the main one. So let me go find the main one. And where would I have put it? Jesus, God in heaven. I don't know where on earth this would be. Did I put it in my stuff? Well, let me see. Did I do the breakdown of Jolene? It would be a file. And basically what I did was I went through Jolene's entire YouTube history. Hold on. Something's going to play on my computer. Okay. Never mind. Okay. So I broke down her 7 years online. And what I do is you can see where she starts, how she learns how to get views, how her views start to increase with certain things. So she changes the way she moves like any good streamer would, right? And then it shows, let me find it. I'm going to find the damn thing. Just hold on. Jolene J. Let me see.
So what is Jolene's path help with? Prove to us.
What it shows is basically that what it shows for Jolene is that basically hate gets more, and this is for all the streamers, is that hate gets more attention. And the reason why Jolene became more evil is because she knew that the worse, the more evil she became, the more people would latch on to her. And she learned that by first going after Lauren Matthias, and how she goes after Lauren Matthias is actually factual. It's not really hate based. And she's, asking for accountability. Then Jolene goes after Trisha from Web Sleuths. Praise God, my brain is working. Okay, so she goes after Trisha from Web Sleuths. Now Trisha kind of told on herself, and she is absolutely a grifter. She's one of those dry beggars who is like, gosh, my computer, I'd really love to continue tonight's stream, but my computer sucks and it's not really a good one. It's dying. And so I don't think I'm going to be able to continue streaming tonight. And I might have to cancel the rest of this week's shows. So I'm really sorry about that. And then, all of the people that love her send her 5 computers from Amazon. Anyway, so she's a dry beggar like that. And Jolene was calling her out like that. And then as Jolene dug more into Trisha, we find out that, she's been doing this for a long time and there's cases against her. And so Jolene had done a lot of research on Trisha. And then Jolene starts to do Jessica. And the way she does Jessica, she starts out kind of chill. Now, Jimmy wants you to think that Jolene turned evil when Jessica read her journals. I don't know if I said this yesterday.
Oh,
I've said
yeah,
this.
you did.
Did I? He wants you to think that, okay, cause we played Jimmy's 13th. Okay. Now he wants you to think that Jolene became evil because Jessica read her journals. And that's not true. Jolene was evil way before that because she knew the first stream she did on Jess, she saw what it brought to her, and then she started to read the chat. And that chat is the most horrific fucking chat I think I have ever seen on somebody. And so basically what I show is I took screenshots of her entire channel, and I show how her views, how she moved on YouTube, how she figured out and learned what worked for her, and how that bitch is right now making a ton of money hating on Jess. And it's not comedy. It's not comedy. This isn't jokes. Okay. And I'd like to ask Jimmy this question. Why the fuck aren't you worried about Jessica's mental health? Why the fuck aren't you worried about hers? Have you not listened to the woman?
Or
That
mine.
woman's,
Manners beat me up today.
yeah, yeah, but that was a slight slap compared to what Jess has been through. I mean, there were times when I didn't expect Jess to stream the next day. And I would have expected that. I would have respected that, and I would have understood it. And still, the next morning at 7:30, she'd start to stream. And I was blown away by the strength that she had. And again, it's like, it always keeps coming back to Jimmy, but this motherfucker's talking about, you're messing with my bag. Well, he didn't give a fuck about anybody messing with Jess's bag. He doesn't worry about her mental health. He doesn't give a shit what people are doing to her. He's just watching it all, enjoying it, sitting on the sidelines. See, that's who Jimmy is. Okay. But he shows you the playful toy Jimmy. But recently, and perhaps before this, I don't really know, but recently I can tell you that evil Jimmy has definitely reared its head. And let me tell you something. And you know what? There's been a few times when Jimmy has discussed some things, and I'm like, dude, bro, you need a lot of help. You need a lot of therapy. And it's like, he thinks that, he's got it all together or whatever. I don't know what he thinks, to be honest with you, but I've got news for you, bro. You don't. You're very transparent to me now. And like I said, I mean, I don't know if, since you guys have kind of like the full, the full timeline now, you're like, fuck it. Let's just start lighting matches. Cause I'm down. Doing Aiden requires a great deal more work, because to show who Aiden is, because he's such a good con man, it's going to be a lot more, and it's going to be a lot more heavy, and it may take a little bit longer for that to come out. For Jimmy, like I said, I have the other stream to go through, and this is where I'm probably going to stop on here, on Jimmy, the cruelty, the lessons in cruelty, because this is when Jimmy shows you the pretty side of him. He shows you the nasty side of him when he's in members only. So I want every single one of you to go right now and sub up to Jimmy and become a member of Jimmy, so that you can go and see what Jimmy really is. I want you to go sub up and listen to those members only. I want you to listen to them for yourselves. And the one that I am specifically talking about, there's a few, but the one I'm specifically talking about is the Cocaine Birds. I want you to listen to that stream. And there's also another stream. There's another stream that I don't seem to see on his uh, YouTube channel, but somebody else who is a member says that they can see it. So it should be still there. Jimmy does another stream that's a members only in his car, where he's even more nasty. I mean, you think he can't get any worse, and he turns into something other. He turns into something different. And I got news for you, Jimmy. If you're worried about my dark side, I got mine under control. I know how to control my dark. You don't, bro. I know when to bring it out and how to leash it. You have fucking no clue. And I think you've been waiting for it. I think it's been building inside you. And I think all you needed was the red light, the green light to go. And that was given to you, because I can absolutely guarantee you that behind the scenes, just like Jess has an army, Aiden's got his own army. And the thing is what they're doing is trying to hurt people. And all we're trying to do is to stop it. And it doesn't seem like that's going to happen. And that's sad to me. But like I said, I don't want to hurt Jimmy. I don't want to fuck with his bags. I don't want to hurt Aiden and fuck with his bag. I know he's got, but let me just, I'm going to point this out about Aiden right now. You guys want to keep talking about fucking receipts. Okay. You guys want to keep calling Jess a thief. You want to keep calling Jessica a thief. What I want you to do is I want you to demand timeline, receipts, screenshots from your fucking god Aiden. And I guarantee you that man will not do that. He's not going to answer you the way Jessica answered when everybody demanded that she answer. And we all were saying, fuck them. They don't deserve an answer. And Jess is like, no, I'm going to give them the answer because I'm not a thief. She's not a thief, but there are other people who are. So I'll leave it there.
Damn it.
Here's what I'm saying. You know what? It's very simple. If somebody's done a fundraiser, fucking ask for the receipts, bro. All these people are out here doing fundraisers, right? For Karen Reed, right? With Karen Reed's face. And now it's John O'Keefe. And then it's the First Amendment. You know how I notice? You notice how things evolve and change and switch around. And anyway, like I said, with Aiden, it's going to take a little longer because I am really going to show you, exactly what he is, because, you shouldn't, he is not a kind man. He is not what he was once. He is now a con man. He is making more money on YouTube than I think he's ever made on YouTube. And he's doing these fundraisers, and everybody's doing these fundraisers. Let me tell you something. I'm sure everybody was on board to help pay for his criminal case, but are you on board to pay for all his civil cases? Are you on board to pay for top-notch lawyers for his civil cases? Because those are on him, as far as I'm concerned. So I just want to make it very clear before you start pulling out your wallets and you start donating to Aiden again, or you start going to these shows or whatever. Do your thing, do what you enjoy. You like Aiden, like him. I don't care. I don't care. But I'm just going to tell you, Okay. Very recently, everybody's moving. Everybody's, everybody's got, all the shit. And I wanted to address this other thing where Aiden made a nasty fucking comment on X today saying that because Jess put her kids' Venmos out because the chat was asking for the Venmos for the kids. And he said, I don't use my kids for grifting or whatever. And I'm like, what was on your Amazon account, bro?
Yeah, the
Didn't your
vanity.
chat, right? Didn't your chat ask you for an Amazon account? Okay. It's the same fucking thing, man. You want to call Jess all these nasty ass names, which I think is very stupid of you. Like I said, I think you're going to kick Jessica off a precipice. And I think what you're trying to do to Jessica is discredit her the way you did to Meredith. And you were easily able to discredit Meredith because Meredith, it wasn't right what she did to you. And so it was very easy for the rest of us to go, yeah, she's crazy. Okay. So we're not going to, we're not going to listen to her. However, here's the other thing I want to ask you guys. Do you guys really fucking think Aiden is that stupid that he couldn't figure out how to get into his own phone transcript, his own phone extraction? How many times did he tell you guys, I have no access to my own phone extraction? Do you guys really fucking believe that? Do you really believe that he didn't know that Meredith was in his accounts? Do you really believe that? It's just fucking wild to me that he's such a good con man that he gets everybody to believe this shit, and it makes me fucking nuts. And so that's why I say with Aiden, it's going to take a little longer. I just wanted to give a little taste. But Jimmy is the first one, and it's going to hurt me to do that because there is a good solid heart inside Jimmy. There is a good kind heart inside Jimmy. And just like me, Jimmy has a very, very dark space. The difference is, Jimmy, is that I know how to deal with my dark space and you don't. And that is the reason why the words gay and alone affected you so much. I think that's my mic drop moment.
You need to warn me.
That's okay.
All
We'll
right.
ask chat. How the fuck is chat doing?
How's the chat?
Y'all still alive?
There's a couple
Was
of
that?
troublemakers, but that's okay.
Fuck them. I don't care. They all serve their purpose.
Yeah. There's a couple of jewels, a corgi and a silver star, Bolaschetti and Artful. Thank you. All right.
Yeah.
Missy,
Thanks.
what do you think?
Thanks y'all for being here. I'm not sure where we're going to do this again. Maybe whenever Moons, you really do need a break. I know that you're like, I'm up for anything, but I think you need a timeout and I need to, get more material together. I just walked outside because, I got myself all heated up and I needed to smoke. So, I think we should wrap it up here and then we'll keep you guys updated on when the next stream will be. But I think we gave you guys, the meat of what you wanted, right? And because that would piss me off if nobody, if that was rude.
Uh-oh.
That was just a car driving by who thought he'd rev his engine. Anyway, I'm in the country, sir. Anyway.
Don't give away your location.
Right. Yeah. Well, there's country everywhere. It's everywhere. Anyway. So I don't know. So you go from here.
Okay.
But I love you,
good.
fam. I love all of you guys. I can't wait to see you guys all Sunday with our queen back. And yes, she's our fucking queen. And you're goddamn right. I'm going to protect her.
Yes. Yes. Sunday stream. I think we set it for 8 p.m. Eastern. I have no idea what she's covering, but It'll be good to see her, hear about her vacation. Thank you to everybody who came, the mods, all that good stuff. Even the haters. Thank you for being here. Because I invited all of
Yes.
you.
Yeah, you unblocked everybody. Yep.
I did.
Thanks for being here, you guys. Thanks for putting up with me. I love all of you.
J7 is
I'm-
on in 30 minutes. So
Oh, is she?
I
Fucking
think so.
fantastic.
I think so.
She's
It
so much
looks
fun to
like
watch.
if you really want to see some good content, Arkansas Bestie is live, as well as Oceans, I believe, is having her Valid Truth Journey on Ray for Dallas. So
Oh, okay. All right. Cool.
you've got options. And then
You
Freddie
got
Lynn, we have a
options.
Spaces to go to.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you, Running with Scissors. Love you too. Love all of you guys. Thank you so much. No, seriously, like this week has been amazing. It's been a great experience and all that good stuff. I've gotten so many messages and comments and so much positivity, and you guys are great.
You really are. And if any of you have anything else that you think I should be aware of on the timeline, please feel free to hit me up on Facebook, or, if you're on the Bestieverse or on X. I think everybody should be able to message me on X. If
Yeah.
not, find somebody that you think, is going to be able to get to me, and, or just put it in chat in the comments, because I'll go through it all.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, you
Thank you
guys.
so much, guys. Good night. Have a good weekend. See you on Sunday.
Spicy, misty. They call it prison misty. Spice girl with the CIA.